Yeah, I got one where it's like, do you
You're muted.
read piano? That was the water bottle.
Linda, you're muted. Can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me? Because the City Hall feed is still muted.
Can you hear us, Dan?
Can you hear us now, Dan? Okay.
Oh, sorry, we heard you.
So to drive business downtown through not only events, so we spent some time talking about that as an EDC because we just feel it's important to capture some of that business, either at our restaurants or maybe campers want to come to some of the activities. So we're working to put that together.
Thank you. Parks and Rec Committee?
Yeah, when we met this month, we had a really good staff report that came in. We hit some really good numbers. All of 2023 introduced a lot of new activities and recreation things for the people in the community, and those all turned out really well. And then 2024 is also off to a really good start. We've had 3 events in January and all were sold out. So really good start to the year for Parks and Rec, and we're really excited about all the new things that they're offering. Community awards later this month, the 29th. So that's always a good time and a great fundraiser for Legacy Fund and also the Chamber of Commerce. And then we continued our discussion on the Emerald Ridge Park design. We're still considering 2 different options and moving forward in communication with those designers to try to get give the feedback to them and try to come up with the right plans that we're looking for a very inclusive playground for the kids. And that's all we talked about.
Thank you. Before we move to the city administrator's report, Sean, I see you're online. Your leak adjustment was improved in the consent agenda, so you're welcome to hang out if you want, or you're welcome to drop as well. So just letting you know in case you didn't hear it.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
No problem. City administrator's report.
I'd like to start this evening by introducing Rick Welsh, our new finance director who started yesterday. Yep. Rick comes to us from Salina, Kansas, where he spent the last 3 years as deputy finance director. Before that, he had worked in in a school district and then in the private sector in finance and accounting. So we are thrilled to have him on board. I know Gina is really excited to hand the reins back over to him. And so we look forward first thing out of the chute really is we're going to be starting the budget process for 25 budget. Sorry, we're in 24. So welcome, Rick.
Where's the cozy burger, man? Come on.
Oh,
Drove all the way here from Salina.
Yeah, that would be quite the evening. Did want to highlight a couple of items in the existing report, but provide some additional information. We did provide information on a meeting that Jack had with the owners and operators at CPC of Missouri related to the odors, the concerns we've had. And I will say recently staff has not noticed it as much and we've not had as many concerns. So part of that I think is atmospheric. Jack did request of the operators their odor mitigation plan so that we understand that process. We are still awaiting that plan. but are in ongoing communications with them as to when we have concerns on that. So that is going to be ongoing monitoring and just working with them on trying to abate that as much as possible. We'll keep you all informed. And of course, if people do notice those concerns, please do let us know. One thing that we did note in the staff report as well, one of the things that staff noted particularly at the midweek last week, I think, was that was when we had noticed it most out doing our work and the like, and really were concerned if this was perhaps related, if we had any sewer issues. We've double checked all of the areas that would be an issue, and we don't seem to have any issues with the sewer system in those areas. So that's at least a good check from that perspective. Last week, we did have several issues and concerns come up with the closure of 169 related to the 188th Street construction project that MoDOT is completing. Yes, yesterday morning, which was yesterday? Monday was yesterday. That's it. That was why I stumbled too. I thought it was Thursday. I don't know. Yesterday, Chuck and Myra and Chief Lockridge met on site on 188th Street with representatives from MoDOT and the contractor to talk about the longer term of that project because of its impact on the community, specifically on the schools. The contractor and the state understand those concerns and are working to adjust their schedule and have pushed the shutdown of that intersection to late May. So that's in recognition of the school calendar. Now, there is some work that will have to occur in mid to late May that will close down not the intersection, but the area just north of it, correct? Just north there. But we're hopeful that will have minimal, well, not minimal, but that mitigates some of the impact on schools for a shorter period of time. Anytime we get those updates from MoDOT, we do pass that along and share the update with representatives of the school district. So we're in communication with them as to what's going on. And if there are concerns, we're trying to coordinate in that way as well. As I said, MoDOT is and understands the concerns there, and they are working. There were some issues between the contractor and their subcontractor on signage, on getting that information out. So they're working to get clearer information and post signs with regard to truck routes and reduce the heavy traffic on city streets. So we'll continue to monitor and work through that as that project continues. One final update wanted to provide, as you'll recall, the budget includes $25,000 for neighborhood beautification grants. And this is the third year of that grant process. We did have an open period for neighborhoods to submit their draft applications for staff to review and provide feedback on that so that the review process goes a little bit more quickly. We received 4 applications. Staff is reviewing those applications and will be providing feedback to the HOAs that submitted that information. Providing a draft is not required for submission. So other HOAs may submit, but final applications for grants are March 8th. So we'll provide feedback to those that provided those drafts. And all applications are due March 8th, and staff will review those and be providing feedback and information on that. We hope to be able to award those grants probably May, June. Will be that. I'm sorry. Well, that's right, April 16th. Thank you. Those grants will be on the agenda for April 16th award. I believe that is my report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions for Cynthia?
I have a question real quick,
Mhm.
Mayor. And it's for Jack on the timeline. Were you given a timeline on when you're gonna get that report from the marijuana facility?
They said this week, last Friday.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And to clarify also, Jack, I think you were in contact, somebody was on vacation at the end of the week too. And so there's been some staffing issues there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks. Next item on the agenda is number 6. Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve Bill number 3024-24, destruction of records for the first reading.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Mayor, a second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Atkins,
Aye.
Alderman Russell,
Aye.
Alderman Shipley,
Aye.
Alderman Yulidol,
Aye.
Alderman Hartman,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Ms. Wagner, please read the bill.
An ordinance authorizing the destruction of certain records.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is number 7. Alderman Atkins.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve resolution 1311, temporary liquor license.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Alderman Yulidol, I'm gonna guess you're gonna abstain from this one.
You have chosen correctly, sir.
Thank you. All those in favor of approving resolution 1311, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. And one abstain. Any public comment? Any new business? Item number 10, executive session. Who's gonna do it? Alderman,
I can.
Alderman Hartman, you got it? Okay.
So, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant to section 610.021, 1, 2, 3, and 12 of the Missouri statute.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Clerk, please call roll.
Alderman Yulidol,
Aye.
Alderman Hartman,
Aye.
Alderman Atkins,
Aye.
Alderman Shipley,
Aye.
Alderman Wilson,
Aye.
Alderman Russell,
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. We stand adjourned.